Hey everyone. So going into the general election, what something that a lot of progressives are worried about is that Joe Biden is not very good at reaching out to younger voters, that he just doesn't represent their interests. And this was a problem that a lot of people said Hillary Clinton had. And so this is an ad that Joe Biden's campaign put out in an attempt to reach out to younger voters, and I think that it utterly fails. I think it's one of the most cringiest ads I've ever seen. So I really want to show you guys and then talk about why I believe it is such a terrible ad. And yeah, let's just take a look at the ad.
It was like outside. I was kind of just standing there on my phone. We all knew that he was coming out.
I was just like, "Hi, Vice President Biden, how are you?" Like, I was like freaking out.
Like, I just hear like a roar, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, you can kind of see him from like the very back of my selfie. It's been my Facebook profile picture for the last 4 years. It's not a very good picture of me, but it is a picture of me with Vice President Joe Biden.
I lived in Delaware all my life, so I grew up. You saw him at the grocery store getting some coffee on our college campus. I worked at the university, and he just came and he walked into my job, asked us a couple questions about what we like to do. He's really trying to get to know each one of us, and you could see that,
He's just like your cool family member that you know, or like a family friend that you just spoke to. Like, hi, but like I wouldn't call him Joe, but like if I knew him well enough, I'd be like, hey Joe. That's the kind of vibe I get from him.
I've always loved politics. I've been involved in campus organizing since my freshman year.
all politics is personal when you live it.
The reason I'm here today is because I really believe in Joe Biden.
Please keep doing your thing. Like, I need you to win.
I love this guy, and I gotta help him become president for sure.
I support Joe Biden for president because of the Obama-Biden memes.
All right. So just right there at the end, that oh my god, I support Joe Biden because of the Obama Biden memes. Oh my gosh, that's cringy. Like, I can't imagine who was like, what the room looked like when they were coming up with that. They're like, how should we finish out the ad? It's like, well, you know what these kids love? They love memes. Let's end it with a meme because that'll reach out to college kids. Let's talk about selfies and let's talk about, he's so relatable. He's like that cool family member that you can like talk to. And like, that's why I think that he should be like the most powerful man in the world. Like, it is just, and so here's just like a general rule that you guys can take. If you have an ad and it doesn't mention one single policy thing that you are advocating for, that is a poor political ad. That is a very, very, very poor political ad. If you have no mention of any policy whatsoever, that is a terrible ad. This ad had nothing. You literally had someone in this ad, they said like, I need Joe Biden to be president. Why? Why do you need him to be president? Because you think he's kind of cool? Because he came and he talked to you while you were working and he asked you some questions and, he really felt like he was trying to get to know us. Like, guarantee, if Joe Biden met them again, he wouldn't know who they were. He didn't get to know them. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was nice. I'm sure he's a personable person. Like, when he's a nice person if, like, you're talking to him, sure. That's not a reason that someone should be president. It's not like, he's funny. Look at how goofy he is with Obama. They had such a bromance. No, this is not how you get young people to go out and vote. This is just a sad display. And so here's the thing. Donald Trump also does not have very high favorability with younger people. And so what I think is just going to happen is a lot of younger people just aren't going to vote. Like, I think that is the thing. And like a lot of people would say that youth turnout usually isn't very good. But like getting younger people to come out and vote is like an effective way for like Democrats to really like that should be a part of like I hate this whole like coalition building and everything, but like that should be a part of like the coalition that you're trying to build is you should be trying to get younger people to vote if you're a Democrat because that is like where a lot of your strength lies. Like with Republicans, they can lean really heavily towards older, more conservative voters. And in the primary, that is where Joe Biden was leading. He was leading with those older, more conservative voters. But in a general election, Donald Trump is going to steal away a lot of the conservative voters. And there are definitely going to be some older, more conservative people that are, like they just want things to go back to normal and they don't like the things that Donald Trump says and he says mean things and they don't like the mean things. And so like they'll, maybe support Biden because of that. But that's not where I feel like Democrats' strength typically lies with older, more conservative voters. And that is Joe Biden's appeal. He does not appeal to younger people. And so there's going to be so many people that just don't go out and vote in 2020, just like they did in 2016. I think that it just goes to show, like, ideas like people. Okay, here's the thing with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders did not win 70% of the under 45 vote in the Democratic primary because he like took a lot of selfies or because he had like funny memes. That is not why Bernie Sanders won so many of those younger people. He won so many younger people because he was supporting things that young people care about. Things like, I know so many people, you know, I'm in college right now. I know so many people. When I ask them, oh, why do you like Bernie Sanders? They said Green New Deal. Like, I care about climate change. Climate change is my number one issue. Green New Deal. That's why I'm going to support Bernie Sanders. They didn't say, he's so goofy. They said, just quickly, like, that's the thing. When you ask Bernie Sanders supporters why they support Bernie Sanders, they either, one, they'll say that they really trust him, like they really, really believe in him. They don't think he's corrupt. Or what is more common is that they will say that they have a specific policy of his that they really enjoy. Things like Green New Deal, Medicare for All, free college. That free college right there. That's a huge one that applies to a lot of younger people. Obviously, I'm not a big person. Like I personally, like my politics, like don't reflect like what I think will most benefit me. But most people, that is how they vote, is like just what will most benefit them. So a lot of college students, free college is something that really resonates with them. But Joe Biden's not going to put that in an ad because he doesn't support free college. He's not going to put Green New Deal in an ad because he doesn't support Green New Deal. And then the flip side of this, the other Joe Biden ad that you'll see, and I probably won't even play an ad like this just because they're so boring to watch, is just an ad that has nothing but just platitudes. And this comes from Kyle Kulinski, and he constantly talks about, just I like good things and my opponent likes bad things. Like there are politicians that put out ads like that, like I'm for good things, my opponent's for bad things, and they like don't say anything specific whatsoever. They'll say like I'm for like empathy and honesty and taking back what's right. Like that's what they'll say in their ads, and then like they'll say, oh, and my opponent doesn't want those things, and like without any mention of policy. That's your run of the mill Democrat ad. This is one that's designed to reach out to young people, so it's still not going to have any policy in there, but they're going to talk about memes. I really think this is just case in point of just like, this is like the theme of the week, it feels like, but just how out of touch Democrats are, at least top Democrats. They're just so out of touch with people. This just isn't how you're going to get young people to go out and vote. I would really be interested to see some sort of like survey of like people who like what they thought of Joe Biden before, like a young person, like what they thought of him before, and then what they think of him after watching this ad. I think almost nobody changes their mind. Literally almost nobody. And there's some people that say, hey, political ads, they don't usually change very many people's mind. But this thing's definitely not going to change anyone's mind. I can tell you that for sure. And so anyway, I just really think that Joe Biden, he needs to start talking about policy. He really does. I don't think that his policies are very good, but they're better than Donald Trump's. If he makes it a game of policy, I think that if he maneuvers himself right, he can highlight some areas of disagreement where he is better than Donald Trump. There's not many of those areas, and honestly, I don't think that that's what Joe Biden's going to do. In 2016, we saw Donald Trump out-left Hillary Clinton on many issues. I think that that's probably what's going to happen again. Joe Biden also recently released an ad where he was trying to go to the right of Donald Trump when it comes to China and say that Donald Trump isn't antagonistic enough with China and that Joe Biden would be even more antagonistic towards China. And so I have a feeling that that's kind of the pattern we're going to see, is Joe Biden is going to try to really run to the right in this general election, and Donald Trump is going to out-left him because Donald Trump knows how to play the populism game. And so, we'll see. It's really going to be an interesting next couple of months. If you guys disagree with anything I said in this video, please leave a comment down below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.